All right. All right. All right. Back, everyone. We're brand new track. I'm joined by my free co-host this time, Joey 6 times and Red Devil Soul. How we doing, fellas? How we doing?
Two co-hosts.
Two co-hosts. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, you're the host. We're the co-hosts. So you got
Okay,
two
yes,
co-hosts,
two.
not three.
Yeah, I did. I said free co-hosts. Yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad. Yeah, all right, two co-hosts
Fuck, I
with the
didn't know.
main
Three lads.
host.
Three
Yeah,
lads.
free lads. Yeah, that's what I
I'm
should have
good.
said.
Look, I'm good.
Good to have
Haaland
you back.
injured. Haaland injured. De Bruyne leaving.
All right, you know what?
Happy
How
days.
do I
Yeah,
get
he's
rid of
into
him?
it.
How do I get rid of
Happy
him?
days. Happy days.
Remove right there.
Happy
See you later.
days.
Get out of here.
You know, that's a good day.
Well, look, I don't know why you're stressed about us. We're not anywhere near the title race, so and you know, Haaland injury isn't the worst thing in the world. You know, I'd rather him get an injury now than at the start of the season. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. But
it ain't too bad.
there's hopefully it's a reoccurring, re-aggravating, and hopefully it's one of them. That
Recurring, re-aggravating.
Just keep niggling him for a few years. You know what I mean?
Well, I hope. I hope Salah and Van Dijk follow suit. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
I mean, look, if we're going to be throwing shade in the first 3 minutes, let's do it then. But hey, this isn't your battle. We're even battling between us right now. There's a different battle going on, and it's in Manchester this week. But before we get to it, let's talk about Liverpool. 13 points clear, I believe. Is that correct? On to 20. Pretty much there.
I thought it was 12. I think it's 12 points, isn't it?
Okay, either way. 12, 13.
12 points.
One step closer. Take it away.
Yeah, 12 points ahead. Played Everton on the last game. Beat them. Lovely Jota the Slaughter goal. Hint of offside there. Think we did get a bit lucky with the call. But in the same thing,
with their two calls, bro.
In the same thing, Tarkowski should have been sent off for sure, 100%. Like coming in, like people can say he got the ball, but it's coming in on that angle, studs up, showing like that, full body lunging, like that's a red card in itself. It should, I've seen them given.
I'd love to argue about it. Yeah. That was a brutal challenge.
Bro, they should have got 2 red cards. Even the other one was a red card, I thought, as well.
Which one? Sorry.
Didn't he kick fucking Nunes at the end? Like, he should have got to sent off it as well.
Did he? I don't know. I didn't.
Pickford didn't Pickford kick him at the end?
Oh, yeah, but Nunes got booked for that, bro. Nunes got booked for that because the referee blew the whistle. Because the referee blew the whistle and Nunes kept running with the ball, and for some reason, when the ref blows the whistle, Jordan Pickford just likes to try and injure Liverpool players. I think he knows he can get away with it, to be honest. So
he can't do that.
Does to Van Dijk.
Like bad fucking.
Anyways. Yeah. Anyway, sent him home crying. That's the main thing. Merseyside is red and forever will be red. There's just small club, always in the shadow, always be bitter. Hopefully they're still enjoying that draw they got at Goodison a couple of months ago. Don't think that would mean too much to them now. David Moyes, winless at Anfield in his career. I think it's like 20-something games, 3 different clubs. Hasn't managed it. Just give up, man. Just when you come to Anfield next, Moisey, just give the assistant manager the game, because you obviously don't have what it takes and never will. So stay in your lane, you twat. I hate him. So yeah, beat Everton. Move on to Fulham next this week, I believe. It is Fulham. Going to be a tough game, definitely. It's at Fulham as well, at the Cottage. We should win, but again, it's not going to be a straightforward match. Definitely not.
Fulham are kind of on the beaches at the moment, but they still have a little bit to play for. so they might get into Europa.
Yeah,
they're still
just
playing for
like
Europa,
just
yeah.
it's just
Been
any
playing
team we play
quite well
now,
lately, though.
any team we play now, they just like it's like obviously when you'd know Banks when you come in first, it's like a final for every team to try and get a point off you or something to just to even like just to stop you from winning against them is like it's a big thing for them. So these
Well,
teams
that's what I was
come
about to
out
say.
that
Like, even just like it's that pride, like, oh, we stopped the champions, or we put it over the champ. Do you know what I mean? It's that
we took
mentality.
points
You know
off.
what I mean? Like it's
we-
their cup final every
Yeah,
match. You know what I mean? Where it's like for you, it's like
Yeah.
we just got to get these 3 points. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think?
Like considering the point gap, do you think the players are a bit more like, wouldn't say laxed or you know what I
Relaxed.
mean, but like
Honestly, I don't.
I wouldn't
reckon-
say
no,
relaxed. He says
no,
relaxed.
No. I reckon having gone out of the Champions League and having gone out of the FA Cup, having lost the
Yeah,
cup,
you want to get as much. You're gonna be
I
fucking
feel
heaps of
I
energy.
feel like the players are motivated to wrap this one up well and truly. I think they're focused. I think you got players like Salah and Van Dijk who know they're aging and know like that we can't let this one slip. Like we should win it comfortably, but 1 or 2 losses in the next couple of games that no one's expecting, and then the momentum shifts, 6-point gap. Then like Arsenal have just got Saka back, so there's a lift there. They're a bit more confident, and definitely they're going to be better going forward with him. Like he's arguably he is their best attacking outlet. So with him back, they're going to be scoring more goals.
They just
their
lost
crosses.
Gabriel too.
Yeah, they did just lose Gabriel, but I feel
And they've
like
got one eye, not one eye on Champions League, but they've sort of got that
They
focus
definitely
as
got
well
one
now.
eye on Champions League.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, they think
All
they're
they're talking about is Madrid.
Yeah, they wanted it. They asked for Madrid at the start of the season. Yeah, I think it was a win. A win against. Give us Madrid.
Give us Madrid. Give us Bayern.
Yeah,
they said all this.
They've got it. That'll be interesting. But
it'll be a good tie. To be fair, Madrid versus Arsenal. They're both in form. You know what I mean? I think some of them they're missing Gabriel. I think I could be wrong, but
Real Madrid are missing a couple of players as well. It's a tough one for me though. As much as I hate Arsenal, I probably hate Madrid more. But obviously,
you know what? Club wise, I probably hate Madrid more, but I hate Arsenal fans more. So it's a tough one.
Yeah, Madrid just the 2 Champions League finals. Like Michael Owen back in the day, Trent now. Even Alvaro Arbeloa, he probably doesn't mean much to many other people, but he was a good right back for us back in the day, and he went to Madrid as well, and I was spewing when he left. Trent.
Xabi Alonso as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Xabi Alonso did. Yeah, he did. But to be honest, I remember that one fondly. I think it was Rafa Benitez, I believe. He tried to do a swap deal with someone for Gareth Barry and Alonso. He wanted to swap Alonso for Gareth Barry to see the transfer window before, and it almost went ahead, but it never did. So then after that, Alonso was like, pretty much, if you're going to swap me for him, I'm leaving. Like, and I would too, if I was Alonso. And someone was like, we're swapping you for Gareth Barry. I'd be like, well, is this a sick joke?
First of all, don't ever disrespect Gareth Barry like that again. You know what I mean? Gareth Barry was first of all, Gareth Barry had a consistent rate of playing 8. Yeah, no, bro. You know he never missed a game. Injury prone. Not a sick day, nothing, no drinking.
We know, but fuck, he's got nothing to Xabi Alonso.
Alonso was arguably.
What's Alonso done? What had an invisible season and did a couple of trophies here and there with Liverpool? Is that it? Gareth Barry won the FA Cup with Manchester City. Thank you very much. So there's levels to this, fellas. There's levels to this. You know, And you'd be paying
Anyway.
100 million if his name was Garif Balino. You know what I mean? So get out of here. You know what I mean?
Go reach
Alright.
the Revo. Barandino.
Get out of here. Mr. Longevity, thank you very much.
But yeah, so I understand that one. But yeah, I guess you probably want to hear my take on Trent. I don't think I've been on since the news broke, been hiding away.
No, you won't. All of a sudden your charger's missing, your mic's not working. I wonder why.
Trent.
There wasn't technical issues. It was just I just didn't want to come on here.
Bro was crashing out and then blaming it on his mic. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's my mic, bro. Good try. Nah, I'm just disappointed, really.
Wait, before we start, I'm
disappointed.
Before we start, and like you said, you're going to say what you have to say. I think I mentioned this in the last pod. Wait, did you not know this was happening though? Like we spoke about this, there was those like the rumors were circulating. Like it was very
circulating.
Like,
but I just feel like
I just felt like it was very.
I just feel like it's just I don't know. Like I feel Liverpool Football Club Scousers. I just felt like there's just too much pride in being from Liverpool that you would do that. Like, I could understand Michael Owen doing it more. Michael Owen obviously wasn't a born and bred Scouser. He just come through the ranks at Liverpool. So that's just like, whereas Trent's grown up watching Gerrard. And it's just kind of like, it's not a spit in the face, but it's a bit disrespectful to the legends like Gerrard. And look, I'm not going to say Jamie Carragher is like a full legend, but he was a one club player and he did show lots of loyalty. So, he does deserve the legend status in that regard. But like they would have killed to be in a team that Trent's in right now, competing for the trophies that Trent's competing for, and they still stayed. Like you can say, like you want to win trophies, like you're about to win the Premier League in your first season with Arnie Slot. Like,
I want to add on to that.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, there's you're gonna win stuff here too if you stay. Like,
I was gonna say,
you have to go through a full big rebuild at the moment. Like, and there's no guarantee that you might buy these bunch of players. Like, and it might not work. So there might not be the Man City that we've seen over the last 5 to 10 years anymore. It might be a slightly easier, less well of an oiled machine. Then you've got Arsenal, and if we add another 1 or 2 or 3 players into the mix now that are quality players, and by the looks of it, Liverpool are going to spend a bit of money this transfer window. Then there's no we could go back to back in the Premier League.
I just want to ask you: Do you? I asked other Liverpool fans about this as well. Would you have felt the same way if you hadn't won the league this season? You feel like the blow, this news wouldn't have hit as harder if, let's say, Arnie Slot's first season, you come third or fourth. If
we had a dip off, if we had a dip off, I'd have expected a bit more. But yeah, it's just like up until 2 weeks ago, we were like favourites to win 3 trophies, pretty much. But obviously, what happened, and we didn't. But yeah, it's a bit like, I don't know. It's just a bit crazy to hear, and you're just like, I'm just like Gerrard and stuff would have loved, like they would have just loved to be in your shoes, and you kind of just walking out the door. Now, look, I understand. Obviously, Real Madrid are the biggest club in the world. They are. We can sit there and say they're not this or that. For generation upon generation, they just buy the best players, and all the best players want to go there. I've seen it in my 30 years of life watching them. The names they've had, the players they buy, they're just always top caliber, the best of the best. So I understand that allure. But I think the thing that Trent also needs to take into consideration is at Liverpool, he competes with Conor Bradley, but like I said, he's a Scouser. We know what he does going forward, so we're happy to accommodate his defensive fragility. Real Madrid, they probably will be happy to accept his defensive fragility, but he's also competing with arguably the greatest fullback in the last 5 years in Dani Carvajal. Even though he's 32, when he returns to fitness, he's still going to be a very, very good player. He can attack and he can defend better than Trent.
Yeah, but I feel like Trent will be for the future. So, like, I feel like he's the replacement for Dani Carvajal.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've also been playing Valverde there this year. Valverde has performed arguably.
Yeah, he actually played. He played there when we versed him, and he was a gun. To be fair,
Bro, he plays
been playing
everywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he is. He's a really good player.
This is the thing. Like Real Madrid are now starting to get lots of options on the field. Like they're just Arda Güler starting to come into the frame. So there's going to have to be.
They got Cala. What about Calavinga? He plays left back now, like
there's
like
gonna
an
have to be
inverted left back role
for players in midfield. And arguably, if Valverde is better at right back than Trent is, then Ancelotti, the manager he is, and he wants to win, so he's going to field the best team he can. If Valverde is better than him, he'll play him there. If he's got good options in midfield. And so, Trent can go there and take his chances, but if he gets carved, and he's going to come up against some, when he plays Barcelona, if he gets carved by Rafinha, like he does against Doku, and Real Madrid lose the game, that's not just going to be like, oh, but he does good long balls. The Spanish, and they're not like that. Like, if he goes in there and has a shaky first couple months, there's no guarantees for him. And his career could be down the drain.
They'll give him the Hazard treatment.
And he's a good player. He's a good player, but he definitely has, as everyone says, and everyone knows, he definitely has his weaknesses. And, you can say, I think he said at the start of the season, I want to be the first right back to win the Ballon d'Or. Look, man, you're a good player. You can pass a great ball. There has been many a better great right back before you. And when you go to Real Madrid, if Real Madrid win everything, do you think you're really going to get the Ballon d'Or before Mbappe? Do you really think you're going to get the Ballon d'Or before Vinny? Do you really think you're going to get the Ballon d'Or before Jude? You're not. You're like 5th or 6th in line. And unless you produce a season of 40 assists and 20 goals from right back, which you're not going to do, you'll never be in contention for it.
Even then, he wouldn't get it. Because, let's say you said those 40 assists, they'd go to a striker or something. It wouldn't go to him.
Liverpool, whereas at Liverpool, there's probably only really Salah ahead of him. Say if Liverpool did win the Champions League, the Premier League, and a domestic cup, and we done the treble next year, right? And Trent did get many assists and many goals in that season, and say he done something good in the Champions League, he would probably have a better chance of winning the Ballon d'Or for that Liverpool team than he would if Real Madrid won everything. So that whole argument of that as well, it's just you're never going to. Anyways, if he wants to go, good luck to him. I still think it's dirty that he didn't at least sign a contract and say, I want to go, or tell us a year ago, I'm definitely leaving, so sell me so you can get a fee for me. Leaving for free is just a pretty shit maneuver to do to your boyhood club. Then, yeah.
I guess it doesn't mean more at the end of the day. But, look.
You know what I mean? It's just some of the shit that he said in the last few years, I want to be captain. The last time Real Madrid linked with him 2 years ago, they can buy me on FIFA. Now what, your mate Bellingham's there? Anyways.
No, look, the strange one for me was what you said before. Why did he leave now? So, I wouldn't have been against it. Let's say, like you said, last season where you, where was it? Klopp's last season as well. You came third respectfully, won was the Carling Cup or Carabao Cup or whatever. And he says then, all right, look, guys, I've done as much as I can. I've given you as much as I can, but I want to move on, see what I can do. I feel like, all right, yeah, he still would have been hurt, but it wouldn't have been, that left you that sour taste. You know what I mean?
We would have got afterwards. We would have got 100 million for him.
That's what I mean. So it wouldn't have been the
what
worst.
he's worth. Literally,
but
what
now
he's worth.
It's like
he's worth probably more than 100. If he had 3 years on his contract and someone wanted to buy him, I literally think Liverpool would accept maybe a 120 million offer or 100. There wouldn't be 2 digits. what Liverpool would want for him and what he's worth realistically.
I also feel like he's disregarding the Premier League a little bit in a way as well, because it's like you said, he's going to win the Premier League, and he's saying, "I want to go and win trophies." So, like, what you're saying, the La Liga, the Champions League is better winning at Real Madrid.
This is also,
you know what I mean?
Something that this is one thing I will mention is there's been. When did that news break? Last week, a week and a half ago, it would have the Trent news.
Yeah, about 2 weeks now.
So since he's been offered that deal from Real Madrid, nothing's been signed yet.
Has he even said anything yet?
Hasn't said a word yet.
Yeah.
So, look, I think
so. No one. So he hasn't even signed yet. No, he
hasn't signed. He hasn't done nothing yet. That's what I'm saying. So that's the other kind of thing. It could just be a very good piece of negotiation to get a bigger contract out of Liverpool, and if so, good on him because he's fleeced everyone. But I do still think he's gone, to be honest. But look, if he stays, great. Because obviously we all want him to stay. No, look, if he doesn't, obviously I was very angry when the news broke. Look, I can't say I'm going to sit there and wish him like all the best in the world because that would be just an outright lie. Like, you don't want anyone to leave for free and then go on and have a successful career. Like, you don't. You especially not a homegrown player who, like, one of the last players you thought would leave, really.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I didn't think he'd be. I thought, like you said, all the stuff he said over the years, I thought he'd take that mantle of, like, I'm going to be the next, Liverpool, icon, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, I think some players kind of dismiss how big of a club Liverpool is, and I feel like Trent's doing that. I feel like to be a legend at Liverpool, which if he stays, he would definitely be, is worth just being an average at an ordinary, is like worth more than being just an ordinary player at Madrid, because that's you'll be remembered as. Like, you look at the players who have played there, man. Like, you're never gonna get above Cristiano. Like, you're never gonna be in the top freaking 20 players that have ever played for Madrid. There's already been many.
But he thinks he can, like you said, because he's like, I want to get the Ballon d'Or, blah blah blah, all this stuff. He believes he can at Real Madrid, but which is again a strange one, because like you said, if he's gonna do it anywhere, he'd do it at a club where you're literally top three. You're the top three. You know what I mean? Like, no matter what, you're always the top three. Yeah.
He knows it, even if he makes a mistake, like the
top three.
Yeah,
like I said, he's only behind Salah in this team.
But like I said, the thing is, obviously, if he does go, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Conor Bradley can't be the starting right back," and if we want to go with him, we're going to have to get someone else as well because he's injured a lot. So we're definitely going to have to bring someone good in as well. Conor Bradley ain't the creative force that Trent is in terms of ball delivery, but what he is a much more solid defensive option, for one. Not scared to crunch someone. But second of all, he's a much more powerful runner, and he overlaps a lot more, whereas Trent slides into the pocket. With the overlapping runners on the outside, which is what Trent used to do under his first few seasons with Klopp, and he'd whip the ball in more. And as he got a bit older, he started to drop into midfield. But when you have an overlapping player, it pushes the winger closer to goal. Hopefully that winger will be Salah. So I think,
When you just think you'll get a better striker then, probably benefit him more?
Oh, I definitely, we're definitely...
need a striker, I know,
We're definitely.
If you're going to be doing the overlapping, even just to cut back to the striker, the right position,
the thing is,
bang.
Like, I said it for season after season, but this year he's gone a bit flat, Jota. But you've seen with the goal against Everton, I don't know, did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
You haven't seen it? Just watch it, man. Yeah, it's like a Guerrero-esque, George, the way he gets the ball and just beats
Knee
two
post.
players in the box, and then just like Jordan Pickford's already diving one way. It's like he just like, and the keeper thinks he's going one way, and then he just slides it in the other way. But he just does it so like just all in one run, just so smoothly. And when you see him do that, you kind of like, oh, fuck. If you can do this,
I feel
week
like
in, week
Jota's
out,
biggest problem is it's like it's not his finishing, it's not his end product. Like we know he can do all that. It's
Injury.
injury prone. You know what I mean? Going back to
it's
longevity, Mr.
injuries,
Longevity.
yeah.
Like he's not Mr. Longevity.
Yeah.
He's like unfortunately
No.
like you have him for a few weeks and then he's out for 10. Then you have him for a couple, then he's out for 4. You know what I mean? So he's, to be honest, especially in the Premier League, he's not. It's not worth having that type of player as much as he's got the skill and the finishing. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, but I definitely think Nunez is going. So I think we're going to be replacing Nunez. Obviously there's talk of Isaac. Highly doubt we'll buy him. Probably too expensive for Liverpool. But so definitely would want to keep Jota as a backup because to bring Jota on at 60 minutes, I feel like that's how we could utilise him, like a bit of an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. A little bit of an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer type role where he comes on super sub and don't overplay him, and we'll probably get a bit more game time out of him, a bit more longevity. But
yeah, I feel like that'd work more in his favor and the club's favor for sure. But yeah, look, who you got this weekend?
Fulham, he said.
Oh, Fulham. All right.
Yeah, and
yeah, might as well put our predictions in. I forgot. That was my bad. You said it was at Craven Cottage, right?
Yeah, Liverpool 2-1.
Yeah, Liverpool
1-0. 1-0 Liverpool.
I'm going 2-0.
Well, on to the blockbuster, the main event. Shut up. Before that, it was, everyone circled it on the calendar. Now, as you can see in the title, Midchester Derby Part 2, the Revenge of the Blues, as I like to call it.
Revenge of the Blues.
We're coming, bro. It's Revenge Tour. You know what it reminds me of? Undertaker when he came back after. When Undertaker got buried by Kane.
De Bruyne's last derby.
Exactly, De Bruyne's last derby. He always shows up at Old Trafford as well. It's his training ground as well. What do you mean? He always puts a shift in.
That's in a while.
Probably.
That's
Salah Stadium, bro.
Huh?
That's Salah Stadium.
I mean, it's a few player stadium, but look, Manchester Derby.
I think Salah's the only one to score a hat trick there, isn't he?
No,
the only opposing player to score a hat trick.
I'm not sure. I think
I wouldn't know those sort of stats. Asking the wrong person.
Nah, look,
pretty sure
Manchester Derby. This time you are the host, Sol. So why don't you take it away?
Sure. Didn't Haaland and Foden score a hat trick there last season? Or was that?
I'm saying you're the host. No, I'm saying you're the host at this time.
Yeah, I know.
We're Old Trafford. Yeah.
Well, maybe Salah was the first.
Yeah, because we beat you at yours.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I'm calling it the Revenge Tour of the Blues.
The only good thing about our season so far.
No Haaland.
All right, can we stop one at a time? Not talking over each other. First of all, no Haaland. Yes, you're right. De Bruyne's last game. Yes, you're right. It's going to be interesting to see. But like I said to you before, it's Omar Mamouche season, buddy. He's on fire right now. And the new Egyptian king, yes, I'm saying it, the new Egyptian king, had to show up at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? Like, these are the games he has to show up for. Haaland's out. This is what you've been brought in for, buddy. So let's turn up. You know what I mean? Yes, you can put him up against Leicester City and Bournemouth in the FA Cup. No problem. And that's great. But let's see you do it on the big stage, which I want to see as well. So, like, again, I'm not putting it on him, but let's go for it. You know what I mean? Again, yes, it's a shit blow to lose our best striker, one of our best, probably our best player this season. But look, at the end of the day, we have to adapt. That's the point of having a decent squad, and we're coming into form lately. Like, you know what I mean? So we haven't lost in a while. So, and we don't want to start losing, especially in a Manchester derby. So bring it on. That's all I can say. Just bring it on. And like I said, the boys have that in their head from the last derby at the Etihad. I know that if I'm stewing from it, I know Pep and the boys are stewing from it. You know what I mean? So that's all I can say. I'm pretty confident, but not as confident from other years, I'll be honest. Like, because let's face it, haven't been in the same city since last previous seasons, let's put it that way. But saying that, this is always an up in the air, this game. You know what I mean? Like, even when you're shit, you turn up. Even when, and then it used to happen before. When we were shit, we used to turn up. Again, yeah, you might not always turn up, but some, like, I remember when Ollie was around, would put a shift in. Even Ten Hag, you know what I mean? Yes, he lost a few games, but he also got a few over as well on Pep.
Yeah, no,
so
they'll turn
it's
up
interesting.
for sure.
Yeah,
United,
they turned up again.
For some
And
reason,
you know what?
they
It's
actually
funny. They didn't
they
even
turn
turn
up
at
for
the
the good.
Etihad.
They turn up for
They
the
didn't
good
even turn
games
up for
this
the
year.
Etihad, and they still won. That's what was crazy about that game. They didn't have to turn up, and they won that game. So I feel like, yeah, anything can happen in this game, especially the form that we're both in this season. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but that's just from my perspective. Like I said, I'm hoping De Bruyne shows out because it is his last derby, and like this news did come out now, so I feel like, you know, man, I feel like if he, you know, if he knew he was going to retire, what better time to tell us now just before the derby? You know what I mean? The boys will be G'd up, the fans are going to be G'd up. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, bring it on. That's all I can say. One big show out.
All 10 of them.
All 10 of them.
I was about to say something. I was like, are you even going to fill up the away end or something like that? But no.
What do you mean? With all the freaking piss down the drain and all that stuff, all the rats. I don't want to I don't want to be filling out the away end anyway, so don't worry about it.
But
speaking of,
yeah, no, United will show up for sure. Like, yeah.
Well, take it away, Sol. You have, you say you don't have much to say. What do you know what I mean? Is that your ground?
I'm definitely not confident. We're still in terrible form. Like you said, you haven't lost in a while. We have. We just lost recently to Nottingham Forest. But
before that, you had a couple of string of games, didn't you?
Yeah, but it was just draw, like win, draw. It wasn't nothing like win. Like, look at Aintrie's like 27 games in a row at the moment, undefeated, unbeaten. Yeah. In the Premier League, see, like that's form. That's good form. We're still in shit form. Like, we're just sort of plodding along. Like I've.
But do you feel like form goes out? Well, that's what I've been trying to say. The form go out of the window.
It goes out of the window.
We
beat. Well, we didn't beat Liverpool. We drew.
What I'll say to your defense is, besides us, the next longest unbeaten streak in the Premier League is Arsenal on 4 games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, see, I didn't even know that. So no one's really in good form except for you.
What an easy season for you. I want to use Cruz this season. Jesus Christ!
It's not our fault. We just minced everyone, and everyone's now gotten scared and just gone. Oh, there's no point trying. We're not going to win anyway.
So. I mean, look, you were hiding for the last 30 years or whatever, but like at the end of the day, like, let us have a break once in a while. You know what I mean? Like, we can't keep winning it all the time.
Don't you talk about not winning for periods of time.
What? 30 years is not that long. We had a 30-year break too.
Well, probably longer than that, wasn't it?
Exactly. No, it wasn't. It was 32 years.
Yeah.
When we first, So, what are you going to say about that?
Well, so when was the last time you won one before all the?
Look, the last time we won a trophy was the last time we won a Premier League. The last time we won a Premier League before the money was 30. So it would have been 38, 39 years, and then the last time we won a trophy was 32 years.
Yeah,
or something like that. So still, long periods of breaks doesn't matter. All clubs do it. All great clubs do it.
Look at Newcastle,
at the end of the
70-something years.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And now they're a phoenix rising at the end. Like that's how we started. They start off with they start off with the League Cup and then they work their way up. But they're a bit more restricted. They're a bit more restricted, I should say, because of the financial fair play, and all that stuff. But who knows? That could be changing as well.
Yes.
But look, you're saying you're worried about form, but I don't think form matters because last game. If we're going to talk about form,
our best attacking threat that scored the 2 goals against you is out, been out all season. Oh, not all season.
Well, I can say the same. I can say the same thing. Our attacking threat. Yeah, you know what I mean.
We got no one that can step up except for Bruno.
I just feel like this game's more even than you think. I honestly think, like, I'm not even trying to like boost your confidence or boost your ego or whatever. I'm genuinely being honest.
Like I said, our build-up play's been pretty good lately. It's just we just can't finish when we get into the final third. Especially the last game with fucking Garnacho shooting like 20 goals, like skyrocketing nearly everything. Like
actually, I saw the highlights. There was a lot of like. It's funny you said that because when I seen the 10-minute highlights or whatever it is, I felt like whoever did the editing must have hated Garnacho because literally all the misses came from like you said.
Do stupid fucking things all the time, like he usually does.
So I heard Jacob said the same thing to me this week, and then another Man United fan who's at my work, he said to me the other day, he goes, "No, we're creating opportunities, but every single one fell to fucking Garnacho, and they can't just put every single one in the stand."
Bro. That's what I said. Our build-up play is good. It's just as soon as we get to the final third, somehow it gets to that fucking cunt. No, I shouldn't really be saying that, but yeah. That fucking idiot.
You know what? It's funny you say that, but he does show up against us when he does play, to be fair.
Just for the world watching, we're Australian, so cunt actually doesn't mean anything too nasty.
It means bro. It actually, Sol actually complimented him, believe it or not.
No, he's just young at the moment, just making terrible decisions. So if everything just keeps landing to him this on Monday, then we're definitely not going to be winning. Like I said, it's probably going to have to be Bruno stepping up if we're going to have a chance to beat you. Even though it's at home, I don't really think like we have anyone in the attacking threat at the moment except for Bruno.
Yeah, it's not like Old Trafford's been a full fortress either.
Yeah, we've lost more than we've won.
Yeah.
Like we're in terrible form still.
Well, like I said,
moves and leaking goals.
Well, like I said, this is a revenge tour. We need this. Like I said, it rubbed me the wrong way that last. Yeah, well, look, if you beat us, you have so much to like. I feel like you coming 13th and doing the double you can talk more shit because I used to do that when we were shit. Win once. Like, I felt like that was my cup final. You know what I mean?
We're
that was like
13th in the Champions League.
You see, like when I remember when like Liverpool didn't compete, but we beat United, and it'd be like someone would be like, "Yeah, but we won the league," and I'd be like, "Yeah, but we beat you. That doesn't matter. I don't care what you's won. When we played you, we beat you. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, you know."
And I feel like that stings, and that stings. It stings more. It does sting more in a sense. 100%.
Especially now that we're doing this, you're gonna have to see me every week. I'll just be bringing it up all the time, especially if we do.
If we do lose, guess who's throwing all our matches and rivals?
That means if they do lose, if they do lose, that means Pep's lost how many games to Amber in this year?
3 games. If he does
3,
yeah, it's 3, yeah. Because he lost once.
Sporting one.
Right, that'd probably be the first time ever Pep's lost to the same manager 3 times in a season, I reckon.
Wrong. He done it already. Who was it? The Chelsea manager, I forget his name. Work with me here, fellas. No. He's a manager for England now. Sorry, I've lost his name.
Yeah, Tuchel.
Thank you. Tuchel, in his first season, won 3 times against Pep. One in the FA Cup. One in the league, FA Cup, and then one in the Champions League final.
Tuchel had that.
And then Pep got him sacked. So get the fuck out of here. But so who had the last laugh? Fuck you, Tuchel. Look, it's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be, again, I don't think it's one-sided as you think it is. I think it's going to be not as even, but more even than you think. You know what I mean? Especially this season. Like any other season, I'm not even trying to sound cocky. Usually, I come in here and I'm like, yeah, we're beating you 5-1, 6-1. This season, I'm like, maybe 2-0. I'm happy with a 1-0. You know what I mean? Like, and that's me being realistic. You know what I mean? But hey, banter aside, actually no, banter inside. Fuck yous. We're coming for yous. Revenge tour is on. Yeah, revenge tour. Fuck Amaron.
2 wins.
Fuck
He's
Amaron.
gonna get 3.
Fuck that fluffy striker that you got. Fuck Hulk Hogan wannabe head ass that wrestles. Yeah, fuck Macaron. Fuck all of them. All right, bring them on. Bring the rats on. Bring Ratcliffe on. Bring the tent on. Bring them all on. Sit there.
Bring the
tent. I can't yell right now because I got my bloody kids asleep.
No, yell.
Bring the tent on.
Actually, don't yell.
Bring the tent on.
I want to play right. Yeah, bring it all on. Let's do it. Sit there. Let's roll it up.
Oh, now I'm hoping the beat is far.
Oh, no, we're rolling up. Let's go. There's no more niceties in here.
I'm going to definitely throw in tonight.
Oh.
No heals for you. No.
I'm not playing with you then. I'm not playing. I'll play with Chili or something. I'm like, Sol doesn't want to play with me. You know what I mean? I called his stadium a tent. Now he doesn't want to play with me. But look.
It's a circus, not a tent.
Yeah, it's a circus tent. You know what I'm talking about. But look, I'm just trying to bring some animosity in. I don't want this friendship little derby happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
bring it on. Like,
there's no friendship derby when it comes to any of us.
Exactly. Yeah, fuck me, fuck you. You know what I mean? As Austin Powers once said. You know what I mean? But look, bring it on. I'm excited.
2-0.
I'm hoping for a classic 2-2 draw, and I'm hoping. No, that's not what I think will happen. I think it'll probably be a.
What's your prediction? Because we're doing predictions now. So.
2-1 United.
2-1 United.
What?
So who have you got? What do you have? 2-0.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0. I don't even know who's going to be scoring 2 goals, but
I will go 2-0 the other way.
Double. 2-0 City.
2-0 City. Mamush.
Masterclass. Double.
No.
But I'm hoping for a 2-2 draw. I'm hoping for a 2-2 draw, and I'm hoping for some injuries on both sides.
You're already down in the gutter.
You're always hoping for injuries, all right? So get out of here.
Like American History X
I'm hoping Marmouche and Bruno Fernandes get injured.
And you know what I hope?
Even if he gets injured, he still comes back straight away.
Two players in form. I'm hoping for long injuries, ACLs.
And you know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping for Mo Salah goes to Saudi Arabia, and I hope Van Dijk heads to PSV. That would be the icing on the cake. That's all we want.
PSV.
Yeah, look, wherever Dutch team he wants to go to, let him go. Let him go for another free transfer. You know what? Why not?
They're staying.
You just need it.
They're staying.
Yeah, like Trent's staying. You know what I mean? But look, at the end of the day, lads, it's been a good show as always. It's glad to have all 3 of us back. It was getting a bit stale just having 2. You know what I mean? The fire is back in the show, so yeah, bring it on, fellas. Until next time, I've been your host, joined by my 2 co-hosts, Red Devil Souls, Joey 6 time.
Here's again.
Pause now.
Oh, Manchester.